there, welcome back to another recipe video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Baker Betty and I'm the baking instructor on this channel and over at bakerbetty.com. Today I want to show you how easy it is to make drop biscuits. They are only a few ingredients, and at the end of the video, I'm also going to show you how you can turn them into garlic cheddar biscuits, kind of like those ones that you get at Red Lobster, but way better. Now, as a quick note, because I know I'm going to get lots of comments about it, these are American style biscuits, which are extremely similar to scones. Okay, let's go. We're going to start with 2 cups or 240 grams of all-purpose flour in a large mixing bowl. And to that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of baking powder and 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of salt. And I'm just whisking all of that together. Now I'm going to add a half cup, which is 1 stick or 112 grams of really cold butter that has been cut up into small pieces. And I'm using a pastry blender, or you could also use a fork to cut the butter throughout the flour mixture. Now you can use salted butter or unsalted butter here, but the key is that you do want it to be very, very cold. And if you don't have butter on hand, you could also use cold lard or shortening if you prefer. Now, once the butter is cut into small pieces throughout the flour, you can go ahead and add your milk. I have 1 cup, which is 240 milliliters of milk, and you can use any kind of milk or buttermilk that you like. And I'm going to start with all but about 1/4 of it into the mixing bowl. And I'm stirring all of that together until it is just absorbed. And then you can add a bit more if you need it. You might not need the full cup of milk depending on the day. You do want this to be a really, really thick batter once it is all combined. And as soon as the milk is absorbed, stop stirring. If you stir too much, you will get really tough biscuits. Now I'm going to use a 2-ounce scoop to portion out the biscuits onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. You could also just drop them onto the baking sheet with a large spoon if you don't have a scoop. Now, depending on how big you make them, you should get anywhere from 7 to 9 biscuits. Now I'm going straight into an oven that has been preheated to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 230 degrees Celsius, for about 15 to 18 minutes until they are really golden brown. Now, if you really want to go for it, you can brush them with a little more butter when they come out of the oven. They're going to be perfectly crispy on the outside and soft and fluffy in the middle, and they're a little salty and so incredibly buttery. All right, now let's kick these biscuits up a notch and add some cheddar and garlic. So I'm going to start the exact same way with the flour, baking powder, and salt right into the mixing bowl, all of the same amounts as the base recipe, which is written down in the description box. And now I'm adding a half teaspoon of garlic powder into the dry ingredients. And again, we're going to whisk all of that together. Now again, I'm cutting the cold butter into the flour mixture. And then this time I'm going to add about 2 cups or about 200 grams of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. And I held back just a little bit of that cheese to use on top of the biscuits before baking. Now toss the cheese throughout the mixture, and then we're going to add our milk until we have a really thick batter again. This time I'm going to bake them in a cast iron skillet, and the skillet is not preheated, but I'm going to go ahead and butter it, and this is a 10-inch skillet. And I'm scooping the biscuits with a 2-ounce scoop again into my skillet. Now again, you can bake these on a baking sheet. Either way works well. Now, because of the addition of cheese, I actually got about 10 biscuits this time, so I did have to bake a few of them on the side of the skillet. Now, before they go in the oven, I top each one of them with a bit more of that cheddar cheese, and I'm going to go again into the 450 degree oven, which is 230 degrees Celsius, for about 15 to 18 minutes until golden brown. Now, this last step is technically optional, but it's highly recommended. I melted about 2 tablespoons of butter, and I added a half teaspoon of garlic powder and about a half teaspoon of parsley, and just liberally brush that onto the hot biscuits. These are incredible. They are so darn easy to make. Everything is done in one bowl, and I know you are going to love them. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure you give it a like and make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video. I'll see you all next time with another recipe tutorial.